Welcome to Think IP, the podcast where we unpack how at least 85% of your business's value lies in its intellectual property assets. If you're not leveraging them, you're leaving big money and opportunity on the table. I'm Dr. M, and today I'll be talking about how the true value of your business isn't in what you own physically, but in the intellectual property that drives your revenue. Before we dive in, don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel and head over to thinkip.au to get your free copy of Think IP, a comprehensive 300-plus page guide packed with strategies to protect and commercialize your intellectual property for greater wealth. This is a limited time offer, so hurry. You won't regret it. Let's get straight to it. The monetary value of an asset isn't just about revenue. It's about future earnings, market perception, and risk. Think of it this way. Money today is worth more than money tomorrow due to inflation and opportunity cost. The real question is, how sustainable are your earnings and what assets are driving them? Cash flow is life or death for a business. A company can survive without profits for a while, but without cash flow, game over. This is why valuation is so much more than just looking at revenue. It's about identifying what really drives those earnings. So, what's the best way to value your business? There are three key pillars: identifying and valuing assets, predicting future earnings, and applying a discount rate. But here's the kicker. When it comes to IP, you have to go deeper. You need to identify the specific rights, duration, and direct contribution of each IP asset to your bottom line. And what kind of intellectual property are we talking about? Everything from trademarks, patents, and brand names to the less obvious things like marketing systems, proprietary processes, and even customer data. Your intellectual property isn't just what's patented. It's anything giving you a competitive edge. If it's making you money, it's an asset. Now, let's talk valuation. How do you actually calculate the value of your intellectual property? There are different ways to look at value. Do you care about 1. Market value, what someone would pay for it. 2. Fair value, what makes sense in a rational transaction. 3. License of value, what it's worth to those licensing it. Or 4. True value, what a well-informed seller and buyer would agree on. It can get complex, but for most businesses, discounted cash flow models work best. This approach looks at the cash flows your intellectual property will generate over time and discounts them back to today's value. For example, if you own a patent, the question is, how much money will it generate over the next 5 to 10 years? The longer your intellectual property generates predictable, sustainable revenue, the more valuable it is. And the stronger your protection, like patents or trademarks, the more secure that future cash flow. But what if your business doesn't have patents? What if your competitive edge is just your brand? Then you're looking at brand equity. Think Apple, Nike, or Coca-Cola. Their power isn't just in products, it's in their name, their reputation, and customer loyalty. That's intellectual property too, and that can be worth billions if managed right. The key takeaway here is this: your intellectual property is more than just ideas on paper. It's what keeps your revenue flowing, and if you're not valuing and leveraging your intellectual property, you're leaving serious money on the table. If you want to dive deeper into today's topic, hit the subscribe button and leave your email address in the comments section, or go to thinkip.au to get a free copy of the Think IP book, over 300 pages of practical, high-value insights. And if you found today's discussion valuable, share this episode with fellow entrepreneurs and business leaders. Until next time, think IP, because it pays.